in Herzogenaurach back in April. She ran a fabulous 67.28 for a half marathon. So Safer has all the credentials at 10K and a half marathon to make a massive impression at the marathon.
Eliud Kipchoge through Potsdamer Platz, now along Leipziger Straße. Coincidentally, where Tim and I have been staying for the last few days, running past our hotel. Many of the support staff for the marathon also staying there. We are now right back in the heart of Berlin, heading towards kilometre number 39.
And Chris, word of caution, the 38th kilometre for Kipchoge. I feel a bit guilty. I think I jinxed him. 3:02. His 38th kilometre, the slowest of the race by 3 seconds. He's still heading for a world record, a big world record improvement, but his projected time at 38K, 2:01.05. His world record, remember, is 2:01.39. He still has a good cushion.
He does have a very good cushion, and it was really hard fought and had to work really hard to build up that cushion, and he may well need it. It's like saving, isn't it? Saving your pennies as a child, saving for a rainy day. No rain in Berlin today, but Kipchoge slowing up. Is that his first kilometre outside 3 minutes?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. The first kilometre outside 3 minutes was the 38th. But 4 kilometres to go, less than 4 kilometres to go, 3.5 kilometres to go, 7 laps of a running track. About 7 or 8 laps of a running track, and Kipchoge will be home and dry. There he is. He's just gone through 39K. And as you said quite rightly, Chris, just passing our hotel on the right of picture, the Mall of Berlin. It's rather a useful hotel if you like a bit of shopping. You're built into the same complex as an entire shopping centre. But Kipchoge here needs to dig deep as never before.
Under 10 minutes of running.
I was going to say 37 years old. I suppose his most astonishing quality, Chris, in many ways, and what has enabled this fabulous streak of marathon wins, is his ability to stay uninjured, just to keep accumulating fitness, to build and build and build year on year. And that is the key for the majority of elite athletes. Most careers end because of injury. They don't end because of age, they end because of injury. And if you can avoid those injuries, of course you can keep going through your 30s, your mid-30s, into the years approaching 40, which is what this man has done. It's what Kenenisa Bekele has done. It's what Haile Gebrselassie has done.
How many more marathons, competitive marathons, do you think we'll see from this man?
I think it would be unfair to put a number on it, because he prepares so well, so diligently. You know, this is his first marathon since early March. He gets it right again and again. And people used to say years ago that there's a finite number of marathons in your legs. That's just not true. He might have another 6 or 8 good marathons in him if he plays his cards right. I think a lot of people are saying he's got 3 or 4. Who knows? There it is, leading men, 151.42, Chris, at 39K. The world record, 152.26. That cushion has come in under less than a minute for the first time.
Yes, it has. It's being chipped away at, but he should have enough in reserve. What concentration, what focus. And his next kilometre mark, psychologically, will be an important one for him. He'll see the figure 4 at the front of it for the first time. And there he will turn left, and there'll be a few dog legs through Gendarmenmarkt, and then eventually onto Unter den Linden, and from there it will be a glorious sight. He'll see the Brandenburg Gate, and beyond that the finish line. So next split will be at 40K, and 4 years ago he went through 40K in 1:55.32. 1:55.32 at 40K. He will be comfortably inside that. But is that margin, is that cushion coming down? And if so, how quickly? Because that's what he's drawing on here. Another 100 or so meters to go to the next checkpoint. Crowds pretty good on both sides of the street, but when he turns the corner into the next couple of kilometers, the final couple of kilometers, we were out on the course yesterday, even for the inline skating. There's the left-hand turn at 40 kilometers. Now then, 3:11, the slowest of them all, 1:54.53 through 40 kilometers.
Wow, that is significant. There's no doubt about it. 40K during his world record in 2018. He went through 40K in 1:55.29. That cushion has just come down to 36 seconds. It's still big. He's got 2K to go. About a mile and a half to run. Kipchoge surely will be okay. And Chris, I think the adrenaline has to be building in his system. I'm sure it takes quite something to get adrenaline building significantly in the Kipchoge bloodstream. But surely, when you're a mile from home, he can pump a little bit harder with those arms, bounce a little bit higher with those feet, and cover the ground a little bit quicker.
Under 2 kilometers to go. There is Gendarmenmarkt with the Berlin Concert Hall. Series of dog legs of 90-degree turns, but he's done them before. He'll be clicking them off. There are about 3 or 4 of them, and when he turns left for the final time, there is the Berlin Concert Hall on the left. This is a beautiful part of Berlin, and you can see the crowds building all the time. Another left turn to come. What a sight that is. Berlin on a Sunday morning, witnessing something very special here. We've seen so many brilliant races over the years. This could be the best of all. For a while we thought we might see the first ever sub-2-hour marathon in an official competitive race. That will not happen, but we are on for a world record.
Fingers crossed, we're on for a world record. Very gradually, even though he still bounces well, he still has that beautifully symmetrical style. We know he is slowing pretty dramatically. 3:11, the 40th kilometre from Eliud Kipchoge. That is the slowest kilometre split of the race by a huge chunk. And he's through 40K now.
Well, the next K split will tell us for the last time where Eliud Kipchoge is. 3:02, 2 kilometres ago. 3:11 through to 40 kilometres. Will that be even slower going through 41 kilometres? He's got another 100 metres to go before we can give you that information.
On the women's race, by the way, they are still projected to finish in under 2:16. 3:14, that 36 kilometre for the women.
He's back on song. 2:53, an injection of pace. Goodness me, what a reaction that is. And that is the mark of a man who knows he's almost there. Another right turn into the final kilometre or so. He has almost exactly 1 kilometre to go in this race. Eliud Kipchoge smiling, of course he is. It's hurting, but he's on his way to an extraordinary performance here. This will be the best marathon we've ever seen in a competitive race, and the crowd's building all the time.
And there is the hint of a smile there, Chris. You'll never know if it's a half smile, half grimace from Kipchoge as he negotiates this left-hand turn. I sense there is a slight upping of his game. I think he is now prepared to redline it and push hard through this next couple of minutes.
Onto Unter den Linden, that most famous of roads. He'll have the Brandenburg Gate in his sights. The lime trees on Unter den Linden flanking either side, and there it is for the first time. There is the Brandenburg Gate. That's the target, and beyond there, it's less than 400 metres to go. What a moment this is for Eliud Kipchoge. Let's keep an eye on the clock. We will tick round to 2 hours exactly. There's a reminder of the world record as it stands. 2:01:39. It's not a question of whether Eliud Kipchoge will break the record, Tim. It's a question of by how much.
Well, when he broke the world record 4 years ago, Chris, it was the biggest marathon world record advance in over 50 years. You have to go back to Derek Clayton to find such a big improvement. 1:18, he took off Kimeto's world record. He's going to take another big chunk of his own world record here today. It'll be 15 out of 17 victories for Kipchoge.
One more little dogleg to negotiate. The crowd's going crazy. There is the Brandenburg Gate, and the sunshine has come out in Berlin. We are witnessing something very special indeed here. He goes through the arches in just outside, it will be 2 hours. 2:01:39 is the target. He's going to smash the world record. under the famous arches of the Brandenburg Gate, built in 1791. And from here, 352 metres to go, less than 60 seconds of running. It's less than a lap of the track. All those early starts, all those endurance runs, the tempo runs, the sacrifices that he's made have all come down to this. His wife and children are watching back home in Kenya. The crowds are going crazy. It's history unfolding here on the streets of Berlin in the sunshine. The double Olympic champion is the greatest marathon runner we have ever seen in the history of the event. He's going to get inside the world record. It won't be by a minute, but it will be an appreciable chunk. He has done it again. This is superhuman. This is road running from a different planet here in Berlin in 2022. Eliud Kipchoge smiles for the last time. Let's keep an eye on the clock, just outside 2:01. Eliud Kipchoge is a history maker in Berlin. Yet again, he has done it. The world record has gone, and now he can celebrate. And that is simply stunning. A warm embrace from Patrick Sang, his long-term coach. And the greatest marathon runner the world has ever seen has produced the fastest marathon the world has ever seen.
This man leaves you scrambling for superlatives again and again. Why did we ever doubt him? There have even been whisperings from one or two people who claim to have been in the know in the last few days that the world record would not go today. Well, more fool them, more fool us for giving any credibility to those opinions. Because Eliud Kipchoge knew. He knew all along, didn't he, Chris? He knew that he didn't get things exactly right 4 years ago. I don't think he's got it exactly right today. I mean, let's work out his second half. His first half, 59-51. His second half is something like 61-17, there or thereabouts. It's an...
Be uncharitable, but there is still room for improvement, and that's what makes this so exciting. But let's just enjoy these pictures and enjoy Eliud Kipchoge's moment.
But Chris, as an athlete, it was half decent a few years back. I used to finish races on my knees. This man looks like he could go round another 5K. I mean, he's recovered so quickly. He is a phenomenon in the world of sport, which his uniqueness transcends the barriers between road running and other sports, other disciplines, other endurance disciplines.